Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again. Same outfit. Yes, I have not gone home yet. I am excited to have two wonderful events tonight. One, if you watched previously, we had our Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Sarah Jabril, the Special Advisor to the President of Nigeria, here with us on ethics and values. And she is promoting women. No one better than her to promote the power of women. And do you know what? I have with me, actually, we have here in Atlanta 38 powerful women from Nigeria. But we have with me, only because this room can only fit 5. I was going to have all 38 here because they were all amazing women, and I really wish that we would have gotten the opportunity to see and meet all of them. The power of the woman. If you want anything done, have a woman head it. Now, Nigeria is on the road to transformation, and I think our president has done one of the smartest things, and I knew it was on the advice of a woman that told him to empower women. If you empower women, you have empowered Nigeria, and half of our battle is over. So, it just brings me great pleasure, great honor. Like I'm always excited, but I'm more excited now because I'm a woman. But these beautiful women came all the way from Nigeria, from all different parts of Nigeria. And we have some of the representations here. And guess what? They are here to meet you. They are here to do business. They are here to make a difference, take what knowledge they can gather here and take it back to our country to transform, assist, and help in the transformation and the empowerment of women and children and the economy of Nigeria. So please help me in welcoming the Quintessential Business Women Association of Nigeria. Clap, 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 clap to yourself. Yes. You know, I may not do them justice by introducing them. I really want them to introduce themselves. And then we'll get to the questions as to how this beautiful name came about, the quintessential. I actually had to practice it. Yes. But now I've got it right. Quintessential Women of Nigeria, Business Women of Nigeria. So I want to start first with the president. And I don't want her to be humble. I want her to talk about how she became president. First, introduce her, tell us her name, how she became president, her role, and also her personal role, personal life, what she actually does. So to my left is our president.
Okay. My name is Shimite Katun. A long time ago, I used to do a program on NTA called African Thought, where I travel from place to place and explore foods, culture, tourism potentials, and talk to traditional rulers. It took me into the rural communities. This is where I found some of the women who I currently work with, and also identified some of the sectors that we're currently working on. Then I thought we could start working with women, and I ran into my current boss, Dr. Mrs. Sarah Jibril, who I sit in as technical advisor for in the presidency. And she allows me my passion, and my passion is women's development. My passion is women's building, and she helps me build what I'm doing. And she goes, it is ethical to do what you're doing. So when you get up to work, you're still doing your day job. So that kind of made it a bit easier. So my background is actually media, but I studied political science, and I'm going to pass it on to the next person to give us a little bit.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for that.
My name is Reverend Janet Onofiokeyo. By my title, I'm a pastor. I have a calling for women, so I run women's ministry. And I also give counsel to girl child. And I came in contact with my Lady Shemita, 2.5 years ago. And because what she's doing is all about the development of womanhood And I took special interest in it because I have passion for women and what they do and their development. That's how I came to be in Quintessential.
Wonderful. And you're the vice president for
Yeah.
the South?
That's right.
The,
I supervise the 17 states of
Wow.
the southern Nigeria.
That's a lot of work.
That's right.
And you're the overall president, so
Mm.
you have all 36 states and the
Yeah.
federal capital.
Mm-hmm.
That's more than a lot of work. And yes, madam.
My name's Kristen Laraba Maxwell. I'm also a pastor. I work also as a consultant on sustainable development. I'm very interested in the involvement of all stakeholders. I am the vice president for the northern operations of the Quintessential Businesswomen Association. And I'm overseeing 19 states in the north.
19, wow.
And I also, which is one of my passion, creating wealth and distributing wealth equitably. I also oversee the solid mineral development within the Quintessential Group.
Solid mineral. You know, we did some research. You know, if you put all the solid minerals together that we have in Nigeria, you have more money than we have in oil.
That's true.
That's right. So I'm going to charge you women into making this a reality, especially your office.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Hello, beautiful.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, my name is KK Bongo Sikwe. I'm not a pastor. But, I am the Director for Innovation, Marketing, and we're also actually opening an office. We've opened an office here in the States, and I'm actually also overseeing that process. My background, I have quite a, I think I can't remember who was telling us something about us making sure we can wear many hats. Like you can go to school, get an education, but then at the same time do a few other things. My background really is in education. And really I do have a special place in my heart for the young ones, especially the women. Just because I don't know if I could dare to say the men are okay.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
But
This is a woman's time. You can say whatever you want to say.
but there's something about making sure you can take care of the women.
That's right.
Because really and truly, the women, if the woman is okay, the man is okay. In a relationship, in a home, if the wife is not happy, the husband, the children are not happy. So when you make the woman happy, even if the man is not happy, the woman knows how to, it's okay, it's okay. Right?
That is right. That's why we call it the power of the woman.
That's right. So I strongly believe in taking care of the women. So still kind of ties in with education. And then at the same time, I'm also a film producer.
Okay.
And so media, to an extent, is a background of mine, but through experience, I'm a film producer, so I have some experience, and I have a background in media as well.
Excellent. Very sharp women. Just out of curiosity, what state are you from?
Benue State.
Benue. And you're?
Niger State.
Niger State.
Delta State.
Delta and?
Akwa Ibom, but married to Cross River. So I'm a
you-
Cross Riverian
Akwa
by
Cross.
marriage.
Akwa Cross.
Akwa
That's
Cross.
right, Akwa Cross. Oh. Well, ladies, you're very welcome. And I do understand you have about 27 or so. Well, totally, how many of you all came here?
27 years.
And you've been here how long now?
We came in. Okay, I came in last. I came
Okay.
last Sunday.
They came
but
in on the
we meet you
25th.
guys on the
25th.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, let's get with this beautiful name. Quintessential Business Women Association. What is the Quintessential Business Women Association?
The name?
The name?
Or the
yeah, the
association
association. Then we're gonna get with the name. How you came
Okay.
about that name?
The association itself is a social business enterprise because
Okay.
we're not just focused on profit. We're also focused on enhancing the lives of people we touch.
Okay.
So it is not profit at all cost, but it is development at all cost. So sometimes we may choose to not make so much, if inside of the person they are taken care of and they are fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So quintessential. Who came up with that name?
Our-
The genius.
Our lawyer.
Your lawyer came.
Yeah.
Your lawyer
I-
has to be a woman.
She's a woman.
Ah, I knew it. I knew it. The power of a woman.
And I actually rejected this name because
Okay.
we're a rural community group, and I thought it's gonna
We
be
couldn't
hard
say it.
to pronounce.
Yes, even I had to learn it,
Yeah,
but I
so
love it
I
afterwards.
sent him for
Yes.
name options, and they threw everything out. This was the only one. It was always available, so I said,
No, it's a beautiful
"Okay."
name.
But the meaning was fabulous.
And what is that meaning? What does that mean?
quintessential? Is something that is eloquent, high end. It is this place you want to aspire
To be.
or one step higher. So wherever you
Excellent.
think you can go, the quintessential place is just a little bit higher than that.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what does the organization do?
Basically, we're focused on the agricultural and
Okay.
solid mineral value chain
Okay.
in Nigeria, and we're focused on youth and women empowerment through this vehicle. So what we do mostly is to try to get the financial institution to recognize the woman and the youth, and get the woman and the youth to understand the financial institution, because if you do not understand money, money will not understand you. So this
True.
is the greatest education we give, because the money is already available.
Right.
You just
Right.
can
How
pick
to
it
use
up
it,
until you understand the rules of it. Then you can interact with it. So we teach them how to interact with money.
Okay. So you said solid minerals, agriculture, just every so your women are made up of what types of specialties?
We're in 3 units. We have cooperatives, which is where
Cooperative,
most of our women are. We have there's 774 local governments, which will be like your
Our
counties.
counties, yes.
Yeah, in the country. And then in every local government area, we have 50 cooperatives made up of 20 women in each cooperative. So we have 1,000 women in every local government within the cooperative sector. Then we have youths in each local government, 200 of them, mixed gender, because it's important we take the men along for this ride.
True.
Then we have 50 female professionals. So all in all is 1,250 per local government. When you multiply that by 774 local government, it gives you 967,500 members, and we don't want any more. Now we want
Wow.
to scale them up
Good.
as high as they want to go.
Very good. Very good. Now, you, Reverend Ayo, you handle 17 states. How do you coordinate them? How often do you have your meetings?
The different states have their meeting days, and I only move from state to state when it's necessary. I go around supervising. At times I join with them when they're having their meetings to know what they're doing. I raise up the executives in all the states, and to be able to manage the cooperatives in the state. And we also source for funds for the cooperatives to be able to operate in business. They have different projects that they set up, and we supervise them generally.
Okay.
Yeah, we move from state to state.
And each of your members are in one of these sectors, solid minerals,
Yeah,
agriculture.
mainly
and all that.
agric
You-
in the south.
Mainly in agric?
Yeah,
Okay.
mainly agric.
And
in
how
the
are you
south.
empowering these women? What kind of programs do you guys?
Yeah, right now you're aware of the SME fund that the president, Nigerian president, has provided through the central bank for the empowerment of women, men, and youths. As a matter of fact, it's 220 billion naira, and 60% is apportioned for the empowerment of women,
Okay.
women in cooperatives.
Okay.
And then the remaining 40% is for the men and the youths. And we are not boasting, by the grace of God. We are the most well-organized women organization in Nigeria
I believe
as it
so.
is now. and we spread through all the local governments, all the wards in the country,
Okay.
and the geopolitical zones. And we do not only have the vice presidents for North and South, we have zonal coordinators for the 6 geopolitical
Okay.
zones. So the women and the cooperatives are very well managed.
And very organized,
And
it seems like.
because we have our projects on ground that each of us have passion for, and some of them are already on it, some they are set to go into it. So, and we have our business plans for all our projects that we're doing. So it is very easy for us.
Let them know we do give out those business plans free of charge.
Yes, we give out
Oh,
those
that's
business
fantastic.
plans. Yes.
Because business plan is like a CV to obtaining
That's right.
funding.
That's right.
Yes.
And what we did, we have a database for all the states throughout the country,
Really?
and we have it in the central bank. So the banks are, wooing us. They want to come to us. They want to
Okay.
empower us
Okay.
because they need to do it with cooperatives that are well organized, so that they will be able to pay back.
And that's
And we
unusual.
have viable
Banks wooing
projects. Yes.
anybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Banks normally sometimes run away from people, but now they want you,
Yeah,
woman
because
power.
they
Yeah.
asked us an accounting system we use, and when we said Peachtree, they were like, "You guys are rural."
Yes.
come. Yeah.
That is fantastic.
So we now have funds.
Good.
Fund is no longer a problem.
Perfect. Yes, and now with fund and then having knowing the proper channel as to how to get to the next level with those funds, half of your battle is won. That is
That's right.
That is wonderful. And Miss Christine, or should I say Pastor Christine?
No,
Reverend
Christine
Christine?
That's
Okay. Because her and I and you are not the pastors or reverends here. But so 19 states, and so I'm sure Niger State is involved, is included.
Definitely.
Okay, good. So you all pretty much do the same thing that the other states do, the same sort of format,
Yes.
right? Now, the northern states have different sorts of abundances in certain, whether it be solid minerals and agriculture things. Is that what your area focus on mostly? Like I know in the south, you probably do the palm oils and so forth and so on. So does that hold true for the northern states as well?
Yes, generally speaking, the whole quintessential group, especially in QBWA, that's the Quintessential Business Women Association, we focus on the solid mineral and the agricultural value chains. But like you said, because of the landmass of the north
Yes.
and the kind of products we focus on, what we have done so far is every state in Nigeria, including the south, but I'm speaking for the north now, we have identified certain products.
Okay.
Like in Gombe State, it is beans, because they have these peculiar beans that the world needs to taste. And in states like maybe in Abuja, it's maize, because we look at the different varieties. And in odd like Niger, it's shea butter, and we do know it's very valuable to the cosmetic industry. So what we do generally is we focus on the products, try to develop them, and every business is tailored within these sectors. And of course, in the north also we have some of the solid minerals. Even in some of the southern states do have. Nigeria is abundantly blessed with those. But we are taking it stage by stage. So within the north we have so many solid minerals that we are looking at and developing. And
Okay.
the structure is still the same.
Okay.
Because for uniformity, the structure is still the same, because whatever we're implementing in the north, the south is also implementing it. Also looking at the peculiarities of some of these states, like maybe the socio-cultural differences and the rest, but we try to blend it. And one of the most significant things in the QBWA is that this has been a platform for unity. This has been a platform for sisterhood. This has been a platform where we're not just business partners. We are involved in each other's lives.
Good.
And we are sisters. If one person is not okay, the others are not okay. So
Yes.
it has been a beautiful journey so far.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
And marketing director, how are you marketing these women?
Well, when it comes to
What have you been
marketing
doing?
the
Because-
women,
Yes, the marketing
I'll
this
be honest
organization.
with you,
The
they
organization, they don't
market
even.
themselves.
Yes.
Because they are proud. I mean, it's, like she said, there's a sisterhood that's being formed already, and even I mean, I've only been with the organization really less than a year, but it's been really phenomenal because there's that genuine care. And when there's that genuine care, you walk around and you know how they market themselves? Let me actually give you an
Okay,
even more.
good.
they, because of the platform they have, they've actually started creating their little products. And on that, on every single product they have, whatever they decide to call it, there's still Quintessential Business Women Association on it. I mean, they've developed their own packaging. Of course, we
Yeah,
have
their
our
own
standard.
branding.
It's unbelievable. I mean, for me, whenever I see it, I've been privileged enough to actually go to some of these um, villages or towns and seen the work that they do. And then when we do exhibitions, what they do, gosh, I wish we actually brought something to show and, flaunt. But that's how they do their own marketing. And of course, we also get to wear the stage wear because it's a lot. But we're at the stage where we're gradually, seeing what they're doing and then maybe helping them with, okay, you want to do this is better for marketing, you put this kind of packaging, or, and then also, I mean, we're still very much in the developmental stage. As much as we've really gone
get there.
far.
I mean, yes, the speed you're moving to have gathered 966,000 women together.
Within
in
what,
all
and you know what?
774.
3 years?
And
2
how
years?
long did it take you?
Officially 3 years.
Wow.
Let
In
me
3
use-
years.
Yes,
Yeah.
registered 1 year.
So who was working the 24-hour shift? Because in 3 years, I'm still baffled how this group of women can 966,000. Who's the brain behind all this?
You're looking right, you're sitting
God.
right beside her.
God.
is
God
doing
worked
behind us because
24/7.
It really
God
is by
works
the grace of
24/7
God.
because there's just no way.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example of an evening, or it's 3 a.m.
Wow. Yes.
And then I'm going to send an email to everyone so when they wake up they could give me a response. And then I shoot the email and then she responds and then I respond back, "You're awake?" And she goes, "You too, while you're awake." And then another person sends it and I'm like, "Yeah, but see, you're not asleep." She goes, "I'm working on something else," and then your mail comes in, so I might as well send some. I mean, everybody's awake at the same time, so it is not. This is just not normal, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite amazed. How did you reach all 36 states and all 774 local governments?
Okay, I used to travel around the country for a living, doing African pots, and it took me from village to village. So I already have a lot of women on my database. Now, I'm recognized because my program was grassroots inclined. So when people come and they're like, "Oh, it's African pot," they just jump on the bandwagon because they don't know me as a politician or anything. They just know me as somebody who cooks and comes to the village
Sits
and
on
I
the
do
ground with them.
dances and all of
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
But you see, my boss, Dr. Mrs. Sarah Jibril,
Yes.
gave me a number of women
Yeah.
to work with, and she would just say, "You need to work with this person, you need to work with that person." She also used to work with Miriam Babangida,
Yes.
the late First Lady. So she had a lot of women. What we found was a camaraderie of
Yes.
women that work with women, that because it's not easy to work with women.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the kinds of women we're looking for don't get angry easily, don't get offended easily.
They're
And she
so
was busy
excited.
carrying my bag.
So much
And opening my
excitement in
doors.
them.
I said, "Oh my God, what
so
kind
much
of women are
Heard of
they?"
a servant.
Yeah,
you have to have
you
one.
can't
Beautiful.
work with women and take exception because
Yeah.
they're going to offend you like every 10 seconds. So if you're going to take exception, you're going to die before your time.
Yeah.
So you just go with the flow.
Every 10 seconds. I really commend all of you for doing this, but how does one become a member? Is there a process to be accepted? Or, apart from recommendations, like, she came highly recommended and so forth, how did you finally arrive at this 966,000.
That question has
Those are the kind of
three
women.
phases.
Yeah, those are the women I want around me. These
Where did this
966.
voice
Okay.
come from?
Okay. The first question you're asking, I'm going to break it down for you because that's a
Okay.
big question.
Okay.
The people we have in leadership are different from the people we have in membership, and are different from the cerebral people.
Mm-hmm.
So you ask three questions in one.
Yes.
To be a member, just a regular member, you fill a form, but you have to be interested in the solid mineral value chain or
Or
the
the
agricultural value chain. You have to be a woman living in Nigeria. You don't necessarily have to be a Nigerian, because if you're paying taxes or whatever here, then you're a Nigerian as far as we're concerned. Now, the people who are going to be cerebral have to be way above average in whichever field they are. So we have people in the movie industry, we have people that are in the acting, women's advocate, politicians,
Lawyers.
medical doctors, lawyers, architects, people. Almost everybody we have in the cerebral part are way above average. They could learn something in 1 hour. There's no time for less than that.
Right.
Now, our officials are women who can pick up the phone and dial their governor at one dial, and he will pick it because he knows it's in his best interest to pick up the
Well,
phone.
I can never be an official.
Then, no, yes you can. Yes you can. But at the same time,
Governor
you can-
Deal won't pick up my calls.
at the same time, you can sit on the floor with the women. So you may come down from a jeep. When you park your car, leave it there. Whatever you see, we take exception if you make anybody feel less of a person. So if
Exactly.
it is yam and palm oil they are serving you,
Get
you
right
better
into it.
enjoy
Better eat it,
that.
yeah.
So that's what it takes. You have to be able
Yeah.
to go up and go down.
Yeah.
And yes,
No.
we don't care who you are and how much you wear. We
But-
put you in your place.
That is
so
fantastic.
That's what it takes to be an official.
How did you all then determine the two main areas, solid minerals and agriculture?
Gap.
Who wants to take that up? Any one of you.
I will take that.
Yes.
Well, we do know globally what's happening now. Just
Yes.
today we read on the net. For so long, we remember in the 60s, in the 70s, those were the glory days of agriculture, and even the solid mineral. You had the coal in Enugu, you had the tin, the coal in Jos, and the cotton, and even the granite pyramids in Kano, and the cocoa, of course, from the north. And our cocoa is all over the place, and I like chocolates. So we eat chocolates. The cocoa is taken from Nigeria, and the cocoa is imported back to Nigeria in different brand names. Now, oil cannot, the earnings from oil cannot be sustainable, as it's proven. All over the world is a global thing, especially in Nigeria, where that is our focus. And we thought it's time to begin to look at the resources. God has blessed us with everything that we need, both in human capacity and in natural resources. Every state you go to in Nigeria has something that it's blessed with. And we felt this is the time for us to begin to look inwards, to begin to develop the things we need, to begin to economically, financial inclusion. And all over the world, it's known that women are more financially responsible. Even when they are giving loans, they pay back the loans. And a woman cannot have money and just live a family like that. And the beauty about it is that, for me, I see it as a revolution. It's not just an economic revolution, it's a social revolution, it's a moral revolution, because we have an inbuilt mentoring system whereby these youths, because each generation is supposed to improve on the other generation, so the youths are being carried along to be shown so that they will not make the mistakes we have made as a people, and we should never have relegated agriculture to the background.
Yeah.
We should have developed our solid minerals, because even in this part of the world, like our iron ore is needed for the energy sector. So we
Right.
have it all. And 60% of the world's resources reside in Africa. And Nigeria, I would say, has, can I
Yeah.
say 40%?
Of
or more
course,
than that.
of course,
Something
of course. So that means if would it be safe to say then that, okay, we have the agriculture sector, we have the solid mineral sector, and agriculture, of course, We have certain products, solid minerals, you have certain products. Now, are these women divided into those sectors? You know, those that, you know, we have those that are doing mainly tomatoes or yams and all that, and then try to develop them. What's your format? How are you
Let me break
structured?
that down
Yes.
for you. We're working on the value chain. Now, where we have been as Nigerians, Africans, is at the outgrowers. We just grow yam, we just grow corn, and then that's it. Now, what we do in Quintessential is we study your patterns. When you harvest the yam and you collect the money, you buy soap. And the soap is imperial leather, it is Kame, it's not from here, but we have black soap. So what we're doing now is to see which of these products do we have that satisfies our daily spending, because we will never be rich if we continue to just grow, then buy somebody else's value added. So we identified whatever we thought we use, and that's how we came up with our products. And our products follows a pattern called GIG. It is generational, it is institutional, it is global. It means we don't pick a product we have to explain. If it's tomato, onions, it helps first with our marketing. So now let's take a value chain. Let's take, for example, cassava. One group of people will grow the cassava. Now we will intentionally make another group of people transport the cassava. People forget they need transport. So they sit on the farm with nobody to help them move the product. And 4 days cassava is gone. Another group of people have to do the warehouse. Because it has to be deposited somewhere, and it's big business.
This is ingenious, yes.
Another group of people have to process. You could process it into starch. Yes. You could process into starch to for it to be edible, or to use for tie and dye, because tie and dye you can't do without starch from cassava. You could process it into gari to eat. You could process it into ethanol for energy.
Exactly.
There's so many offshoots. You could process the back of the cassava into briquettes, which is what is used in the fireplace in most countries in Europe. It doesn't have the same toxic culture as wood. So I mean, so you pick what you want, and then we make it happen for you.
Wow. And is that what the zonal officers do, or who's actually in charge of developing this woman, these women in the locales?
State coordinators.
Is the locales?
No, we have departments who pass it on to state coordinators, but the secret of our success is in the local government coordinators, like your county coordinators. We will not touch a local government that doesn't have a strong representation, because that's the one-on-one. So this is our strategy. We are strong as our local government coordinator.
Okay, good. Now, on the South, what is the main, are there many solid minerals in the South? It's mainly agriculture.
Yeah, not as much as they have in the North.
Okay.
But we concentrate mainly on agriculture.
On agriculture, good.
Cross River State, for example, they are doing mushroom farming, and then Akwa Ibom State is into oil, palm oil production, and Imo State is into honey, and Abia is into honey, and Imo, animal husbandry, and River State is into production of rice, Bayelsa, snails, Edo State is into fruit, pineapple, and are even going into production of pineapple wine, not pineapple juice, but pineapple wine.
Interesting.
And Delta State is into spices, all kinds of spices. That's what they're producing.
Yes. So
And,
you memorized all your 17 states.
All the states.
Good.
We have, all the states have their peculiar projects. You
Wonderful.
know,
Now,
and their products.
I'm sure that eventually you'll encourage your women, your organization, to start exporting.
Yes.
And in order to satisfy the appetite for exporting, you'll have to start looking for machinery. Are you guys working on the equipment and all that, especially in the
Yeah.
solid minerals? You know, to start extracting the right amount. How far with that? What are you all doing with all that?
Well, our visit to America, especially Atlanta, has been very exciting. It has been fully packed, but really exciting because the purpose why we came in the first place is because we are seeking for partnerships.
Speak up.
We are seeking for partnerships, looking at marketing linkages. And I must say, Keke has been doing a great work because she
Excellent.
has done a great work in coordinating. And we have some American partners that are not here in the studio, like Dr. Sherry Hill and Brenda. She coordinated all the places we went to in Atlanta. And yes, we are looking at the machineries. We are looking at a win-win situation. We are looking at a situation where we will form a business partnership where we can bring some of the solid minerals and agricultural products. Now, I must say that most of all our products are premium products. If you are looking at the agricultural products, they are premium products. If you are looking at the solid mineral product, they are premium products. I will take an example with gold. We all love gold. Our gold is 24, 22 karat premium gold. And even some of the products like the ginger from Kaduna State, I know a lot of people, for instance, like Chinese tea, herbal tea. I must tell you that most of that herbal, that ginger comes from Kaduna State.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I'm not
we
surprised.
have it all. So we are looking at, especially in the solid mineral, we are looking at how we can extract the solid minerals in a way that it will not damage the environment. We are also looking at a way where the people who are blessed with these local resources will not be left behind. We are talking about all-inclusive sustainable development.
And
So
reinvesting back into
are
them.
reinvesting
Yes.
back. So we bring our raw materials here, we take the machines back, there is a transfer of technology, and we also have a market for our premium products.
Very good.
Thank you.
So, we'll be concluding shortly, but I want to hear from our marketing director here. What's the plans, the future plans for the quintessential women to continue to get them visible out there in the international world?
Okay, I was going to say we have different phases because we
Yes.
have local and international.
Yes, international.
Well, to be honest, we'll have to definitely work with companies that, and because here we're in the process of doing a lot of different partnerships, creating a lot of partnerships with people who already have the networks in all these places. The moment we have our products, it's just a matter of once we have the people in place, which we do now. That's why we're here. We've had a really successful 5 days.
Excellent.
Including her,
Excellent.
meaning her.
Thank you.
We need to do a ooh for her. Because you've been awesome. I mean, you've proved as one of the links, you know, for people who would be able to make sure our products get out there in terms of marketing.
Yes.
And I know part of marketing is making sure we have great designs, right?
Absolutely.
Which is also part of innovation.
Yes.
Now, getting part of the great designs, we've had our youth department, and all of them are under 30. And the kind of designs they have come up with for the packaging, I mean, those who think they know what high class is, those who spend a couple $100s on a package of cream, they see it and they're like, wow, that's
That
marketing.
is, yes, talent.
Yes, and we have
Yes.
beautiful talent. That's marketing, and we have them, and they know they're doing marketing, but I don't think they even realize to what extent the kind of work that they're doing. So I must commend our youth department. And so we have that, and then I need to try to sound more Nigerian. So we have that, and then we have, our, like I said, our links. So once we have our products, okay, and also we're trying to make sure that the people we work with are people of repute.
Of course.
As far as I'm concerned, that's also marketing in itself. Because when we have certain people under our label say, okay, this is who we work with,
Yes, and that goes a long
yeah,
way.
and let me also add, we are using social media
Yes.
super.
Well, yes.
Google Plus, we're tweeting all the way from Abuja, Lagos, Benin, all the way to
Fantastic.
wherever
We're gonna
we go.
tweet this meeting right
You
here.
gotta
Yeah.
tweet this. Make sure everybody
we're using
sees it.
Facebook, we're using LinkedIn,
Good,
we're using Kipasa, Hi-Fi,
Wow, all of
Name
it.
Skype, we're
And that's your
we're
department
seeing.
too,
Youth
right?
yet again.
Yeah,
Yes.
so when you
Youth.
said YouTube, we're like,
YouTube,
okay,
that's
yeah,
right, it's
we're
there.
using everything.
They're the ones
because
who know
social
everything.
media is the fastest.
That's
so
a
this is
huge
where we're
one
gonna
now.
Put this product up
Okay.
for people to buy.
Plus, us being in the media sector, we also have different links with the different media companies and organizations, locally and internationally, and then knowing people like yourself, you know, to make sure that actually does work out all the way to the end, because we do like to finish things,
Absolutely.
and that's part of it.
The power of the woman. Now, what is your vision finally for the organization for QBWA?
We have short-term, mid-term, long-term.
Okay.
Short-term vision is to be big enough to influence our government and other governments. Mid-term 5-year vision is to take control of the agriculture and solid mineral sector in a very obvious way. Long-term vision is to release 1,000 billionaires, if they dare, into the market
Wow,
system,
1,000 billion.
making us number one.
I
in
need
the
to
globe.
be in your organization. I want to be one of your 1,000
We
billionaires.
have what it takes to be a billionaire. There's
That's
no
right.
rocket
I
science.
believe you.
So,
You can never underestimate the power of a woman.
yeah.
That's right.
I am. So let me give you all one last words from the president first, and then we'll do our Reverend A.
Okay, my last word is, it's time for Africa. It's our Kairos season. We're not going to be shy. We're not going to step back. We're going to step up. We're not begging. Those days are gone. We have something in our hand, and it's not a cat. It's raw materials like agriculture and solid minerals. It's best you climb this train now before our prices change.
That's right.
Goodbye.
Wonderful.
I want to use this medium to appeal to women, especially women of Nigeria, to arise, come in large number, be part of Quintessential, and get yourself developed. There is funds available. We have partnered with banks and are ready to fund whatever projects we have. So it is time for you to better your life. And one good thing in Quintessential is we do not look down on the grassroots women. Even the woman that is selling okra on the table in the market is part of Quintessential. And when they join us, we embrace them. We don't look down on them. So it is time for women to be well developed. And I invite you to join Quintessential Train. God bless you.
Thank you. That's fantastic.
Well, for me, is the Quintessential Businesswomen Association is changing the face or the perception of how people do business in Nigeria. And because we are women, we are so concerned about the social angle to business. People, it's not just about profit, it's about empowering women, it's about financial inclusion, it's about mentoring. And I also want to end by commending your media. You know, there's this general saying that women are their worst enemies. QBWA has changed that. And I think you're already a member because you've made a visit to Atlanta,
Thank you.
you've added value to what
Yeah.
we are doing,
you.
and that's not too common. So thank you for
Yep.
having us.
Thank you.
God
I'm very
bless you.
proud of you women.
Thank you.
I was so thrilled to see such women with such visions and missions, and you don't find too many of us.
Yes, of
Miss
us.
Miss Director.
Definitely, this is the time for the woman. You know, and Quintessential is living that, not saying, but living that. Every single woman, from the president to our leaders to the cerebral members to the grassroots women. We're living that. We're the game changers. We're here to change the game. We're here to also change the idea of, or the concept of what a typical Nigerian, what everybody thinks a typical Nigerian is. We finish, we start, we finish. If we weren't finishers, we wouldn't be here. And we know we're going to continue. And so, I mean, we're not performing magic. Anybody else can do it. They don't even necessarily have to be a quintessential member, because our ultimate goal is to improve humankind, period. So we don't necessarily, you don't have to necessarily be a member. You can use us as a guide to do what is right, and to be ethical, and to make sure we're just trying to make the world a better place, really and truly, one step at a time, one local government at a time, with a little, because like she said, we can only take but so many members. So there's a lot more room for other people to come in and do the same thing. So we're willing to share information. We're not hiding anything. Nothing is a secret. So everybody is welcome to either join Quintessential or to create their own group, and we are here for us, because we're women. Even the men, you're welcome. Although we prefer the women.
Imo State agitated for Quintessential Men's Business Association.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Leave
Leave it to them.
One of the coordinators in the north is a man.
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw
Because
that
of the-
picture.
Yeah, because
Yes.
of the peculiarity of that zone.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we look
okay.
into things like that.
Wow. You know, I want to commend you women. I truly and honestly believe that the waking up of our economy and the sustainability of the Nigerian economy is in the hands of the women. For the simple fact that you use your intelligence and your motherly instincts to say we need to feed our people. Forget the oil for now. The oil may dry up, but we need to go back to the basics. Feed our people, empower our women. And it's our women that can actually get down on their knees, do the dirty work, and continue to feed the children, feed the men, feed themselves. And I really commend you all. Whatever we can do here for you in the United States, trust me, we are in.
I'm so glad this is being recorded. Go ahead.
I have to say on a personal note that very few times do you see women wanting to make a difference and that want to even help each other, empower each other. And I commend you for that, because most times you put women in the room, they're trying to yank themselves out. But for you all to come together in such a short time is very impressive. And I know that you are going to make a difference in our beloved country, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the international world. And I can see you all making those 1,000 billionaires, and they will all be women.
Amen.
Okay, so with that, I thank you all, ladies. I wish you all a safe journey back, and I wish you all to come back very soon so you can now conclude with all your partners. And I am going to hold this challenge to you. You all must report to us as to all the milestones that you have crossed and all the deliverables that you've obtained. I congratulate you.
Thank you, but we have to say our pledge.
Yes, go ahead, the pledge.
Investing in women is not only the right thing to do, is the smart thing to do for a secured future.
Amen. Thank you. Yes. Congratulations.